Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on which part of the world you are seeing our videos from. My name is Onwade Ngozi Chukwuka, Fortune, and I am your anchor today. Welcome to Enu Cultural Forum. In case today is your first time of coming across any of our videos, please subscribe to our channel, leave your comments, and then like and share our videos. We'll be looking at a very interesting topic today, centers on Igbo traditions and culture. There's a very thin line between culture and tradition. Culture is very dynamic. Traditions are passed down from generation to generation. So we'll be centering on those traditions of Igbo land that are very difficult to break. Culture is dynamic. It changes depending on the epoch and time, but traditions are very sacrosanct. You can say they are rarely changeable. So today we'll look at Igbo traditions, things that you will see somebody do and you say, onye ni bụ Igbo, onye ni bụ Nwafọ, onye ni bụ Nwadian, Nadi Mwe, those kind of talks that you will see somebody do certain things and they will say, this one is totally, surely, purely an Igbo man. Let's look at them, beginning with the use of Ofo. Last time I put out a video where I explained the use of Ofo, but somebody insisted, one of our commenters insisted that we should dwell on that topic very well so that people will know the importance of Ofo in Igbo traditional leadership system. In Igbo traditional leadership system, the symbol of authority, the symbol of justice, in fact, that staff of office is Ofo. Now, there are different types of leadership, traditional leadership system in Igbo land. We have people who make use of Obi or Eze. We also have people who make use of Okpaluku. But even the communities that have Obi also have this traditional leadership system in Igbo land that recognizes seniority. That is gerontocracy. Now, in gerontocracy system of leadership, the oldest male in that lineage becomes the leader of the lineage. Now, this system is replicated in every facet. In the kindreds, the oldest male in the kindred is also the leader of that kindred. Break it down to family level. The oldest male in the family also becomes the leader of that family. Now, this male must be in his patrilineal lineage. This male must be born by a male in that lineage or an Idebe. Idebe is a man, a woman who has undergone the fortification rituals to become a man, and then she becomes a man. If this woman becomes a man, she can give birth to children who can be said to be in their paternal lineage. So in Igbo culture, if a man does not have male children, he keeps one, preferably the first of his female children, to become an Idebe. This Idebe goes ahead to raise children who you will hear names like Afamefune, Iloba, and all those kind of names that ensures that the man's name does not go into oblivion. Now, I'm trying to explain the use of Ofo in Igbo land. This Ofo, as a traditional symbol of authority and justice, is recognized all over Igbo land. Now, Ofo can be prepared into a pot, ududu, or Ofo can also be carved from Osisi Ofo into a material that can be held in hand, as displayed in this picture. This is Otoluaka or Ofo. Now, this Ofo is held by the Obi of any community. After a king who has completed his coronation rituals is to be enthroned, the Ofo of the community is handed to him. Before all these formalities, in fact, in Enuane, communities that had influence from Yoruba land and Benin that make use of Ada and Eben, Ofo is the recognized traditional symbol of authority in Igbo culture and tradition. Now, this is why if somebody goes afoul of tradition, the highest deity the person can be asked to swear by is Kwe of Ebo, swear by the Ofo of the Ebo, the symbol of justice. Most people don't dare to swear Ofo if they are not innocent. Now, this is why in Igbo land, we have numerous names associated with Ofo because of the belief in the efficacy of Ofo. We have names like Ejiofo Ghana, we have names like Ofo Kansi, we have names like Ofoma, we have names like Ofuedu, we have names like Jido Ofo. Ofo has a lot of significance traditionally in the Igbo system. Now, the Ofo, even up to this present epoch, remains very, very recognized and valid as the Igbo traditional symbol and staff of authority. Now, you will see communities who use Ada and Eben. That is ceremonial. It has no spiritual, little or no spiritual power behind it, but the Ofo has. Now, where Ofo of an Ebo, because every lineage, what we call Omonna or Ebo, is a lineage. Now, this lineage is led by seniority gerontocracy. When the oldest man in a lineage passes, the Ofo of the Ebo is removed from his home to the home of another person called Ono, who is like an acting Diokbala until the funeral proceedings of the demised Diokbala is completed. The Ofo is now moved to the home of the next Diokbala, because the word Diokbala that we call Diokpa in my place today is a shortened version of what you call Diokbala or Diokpara in most parts of Igbo land. Now, this culture of making use of Ofo as a traditional symbol and of leadership, of justice, and of authority is the same all over Igbo land. In fact, if Ofo has not been brought to the home of a Diokbala or Ada, because as we have the male traditional leadership system, it is also replicated in the female. Yes, the male leads the lineage entirely, but the women also have their own traditional political system where the Ada, the oldest woman in that lineage, is the head. Now, she's in charge of so many things. There are matters in a lineage that a man cannot stand and adjudicate over. There are matters that the male traditional political system does not have the jurisdiction to discuss. Such matters are taken to the table of the Adas in that Ebo, led by the Ada, who is the oldest surviving female in that lineage. Matters like adultery, matters like Ikoashi, when a woman is also accused of adultery, matters of infidelity, domestic matters between husbands and wives. There are matters that are handled strictly by the Ada in the Ebo. This is one of the materials you will see. I think this is the most prominent traditional symbol of Igbo culture. We have considered the first one. Now, the second. We are looking at our 4 Igbo market days. Eke, which is the first, Orie, Afo, and Nkwo. Now, in other kingdoms, like in Benin, they have Eken, Oye, Aho, and Oko. Now, you will agree with me that this is just an adulteration of the Igbo names that I just mentioned inter alia. Now, these 4 market days are very symbolic in Igbo land. If any other kingdom wants to claim these 4 market days, let them also claim and show us names of their children who are named after these 4 market days. In Igbo land, we name our children according to the day that that child was born, or according to the events surrounding the birth of that child. We don't just give abstract names to a child. Now, when a child is born in the Igbo land, during the naming ceremony of this child, the parents are asked, on what day, on what market day was the child born? For instance, if this child is male and was born on a K day, you will hear names like Nweke, Okeke, and all those kinds of names that are associated with Eke. If the child is female, you will hear names like Adeke or Mbueke. If they have two female children that were born on Eke days, the first one goes with the Adaeke, while the second one goes with the Mbueke. Now it's the same for all the other market days. You will hear names like Okaafo, Nwafo, or Okoroafo, depending on which part of Igbo land it is. This is to cement it in your memory that the 4 market days belong strictly to Igbos. If it belongs to any other culture, I challenge people from Benin to show us names of people or prominent Benin people who have borne the names like Nweke, Okeke, Okwaho, or any other way it can be translated in their language where somebody bears the name that is associated with their market days. Now, these 4 market days are very, very significant because the one that a community uses for their spiritual worship, they don't go to farm on that day. For instance, if you are from a community that uses Afo as its market day, on that day you wouldn't go to farm to work. That is the day of traditional meetings and settlements and planning in the community. If you are from a community that uses Eke as her recognized market day, communities like Obuluku in an ancient Igbo community in Delta State, where Eke is the recognized market day. Eke is the first market day in Igbo land. Now, in this community, you won't be allowed to go to the farm and set fire or do major work. This is because it is on that day that it is believed that the spirit that guides farming and yam farming, called Fejoku, comes out to look after the farm. Now, if you set fire in your farm, you have upset the spirit of Fejoku because you have had your 3 days. Our market days, Oebunye, Norie, Onwane, Nkwo. You are supposed to leave your home on Orie to your farm and walk from Orie, Afo, Nkwo, and you come back home to rest on Eke day. Orie Ozokwo, Yebunye. So this is how the 4 Igbo market days work, and it is the traditional Igbo week in the Igbo traditional calendar of 4 days. Now, this is the second factor we have discussed. That is an important symbol to tell you that this person is an Igbo man. This person is an Igbo woman. Now, the third among this list that will ensure that you know that this person is Igbo is also the naming ceremony and circumcision of children. Now, I've seen people cite examples that this is also practiced by the Hebrews in the Bible, instructions given to them. Now, I want you to know that the epoch of Father Abraham or Ibrahim or whatever name is referred in the Bible is just yesterday when compared to the age of most prominent Igbo communities. Yes, are you surprised? Now, Ngodo ancient kingdom in present-day Uturu local government area of Abia State is touted to be over 250,000 years old. Now, if you are going to check the epoch in which Father Abraham existed in this world and this rule of circumcision was given to him, in which he was even the first person that was circumcised, you would agree with me that Igbos have been doing circumcision for a very long time. Now, the fourth is our Omugo. You will agree with me that it's Igbos that do Omugo. That is postnatal care that the mother of the child embarks on to take care of the daughter. We have now looked at 4 important traditional symbols of Igbo leadership and identity. We'll continue next time in our next video so that our videos will not be very, very long. Just like I told you the other time, if this is your first time of coming across any of our videos, please I'm encouraging you to please subscribe to our videos, share it to your audience, and engage with us in the comment sections. Let us know what you think about what we discussed. Do you have any disagreements? Let us know there. Let's discuss. Thank you and do have a very pleasant day. The reason why I continue using English sometimes is not because I am not very fluent in Igbo. I am very, very vast in any dialect of Igbo language. Oye nu ani kembo, ma asu Igbo ndi enu ani, na asukwu Igbo ndi Owerri, na asu Igbo disi iche niche. onu Igbo dị iche iche maka na Igbo asụ n'onu n'onu. But why I use English is to carry people along, especially when I'm discussing what does not strictly concern Igbo people, so that people who are claiming things that are not theirs can come here and defend it. Thank you so much, and do have a very pleasant day.
Izu-ụka.